Hello, what do you do when you get triggered, when people annoy you, when people do all kinds of unfair things to you? We've all been there. We've all probably been there already today a couple of times. We're looking at a new way of living, how to respond differently to frustration, how to respond differently when people take advantage of us or do unfair things. And Jesus is giving us the resources from God, from heaven, to change us on the inside. Let's just pause for a moment and say, what is this about? Why are we wanting to live in a new way? Well, the purpose of it is God wants to bring his kingdom into the world. He's not just wanting to change us so that we become better people and we sort of feel good on the inside. No, he's changing us because he's chosen us, and we are blessed to be a blessing, to bring his kingdom into the world, to change things. And so that's the purpose. And in that context, he says today, eye for an eye. Matthew chapter 5, verse 38. You've heard that it was said eye for eye and tooth for tooth. But I tell you, do not resist an evil person. If anyone slaps you on the right cheek, turn to them the other cheek also. And if anyone wants to sue you and take your shirt, hand over your coat as well. If anyone forces you to go 1 mile, go with them 2 miles. Give to the one who asks you, and do not turn away from the one who wants to borrow from you. There's a cry going around at the moment that basically says eye for eye, that people should be treated in this way. I just want to clear up something. When the Old Testament teaches about eye for eye, tooth for tooth, it's not meaning that we should go out and punish people in that way. It's meaning that there should be a limit on the amount of justice. So, for example, if I dent your car, you can't come round to my house and kill me. Or if I do something, it needs to be, the punishment needs to be in proportion to the crime. So it was a limiting factor to stop people going too far. So it basically said, no, you can't kill somebody if they've just done that. It's an eye for an eye, it's a tooth for a tooth. So in other words, it's limiting the amount of punishment and revenge. But we're looking at a different way of living. If somebody resists us, there's this famous phrase that Jesus says, turn the other cheek also. If somebody comes to hurt us, then we don't fight back. This doesn't mean to say that we become doormats and when people walk all over us. Remember, we're talking about the meek inheriting the earth, and the meek are incredibly strong people, but they are humble. They're not claiming their own rights, but they are standing their ground. Jesus was very, very meek and very, very powerful. And there's a tremendous power if you can resist evil in this way. So when people are doing wrong things, there's some very practical things that we can do here. Do not seek revenge for a start. Begin to lay it down. We're talking tomorrow about how we can love our enemies and pray for them and forgive them. And that is so important, it's fundamental, that we do not resist an evil person. And if anybody takes something from us, so many stories I've heard of people that have been unfairly treated, or even, somebody saying to them, taking so much money from them, but they've given back more than they owe. And then you have the power. And then you have the control, and that God can work in that situation. If somebody wants to sue you and take your shirt, give them your coat. That's powerful. If anyone forces you to go 1 mile, and the Roman soldiers were allowed to force anybody to walk 1 mile and to carry stuff for them. But what about taking control of the situation and actually saying, I'm going to walk 2 miles? Give to the one who asks you, and do not turn away from the one who wants to borrow from you. We've all got those situations that we face. So I want to say to you today and to me today, there's a new way of living. there's a better way of living. If we all carried out eye for eye, the world would have no people with eyes and no teeth left. But what if we changed the script? What if we changed the behaviour and started to bless and started to love and started to change? It would change the world. So the challenge today is go the extra mile. Go the extra mile. You might be forced to go certain things today, but don't resent it. Don't regret it. I'm not condoning abusive situations, but what I'm saying is go the extra mile. You do what you can do to bless and to bring God's kingdom. God bless you today and the beginning of this week. God bless us all.